All right, we're a little behind. We're a little bit late. We appreciate you guys that's probably been on here to see if we was on and we wasn't here. We here. We here.
We in this thing now.
Yeah, we in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's little technical things or whatever at the last minute that just happened or whatever. So we are about to start. And we're gonna go ahead and jump onto it. You guys come in, you come in. If you don't, you don't. You miss out, this is on you. Anyway, let's make it happen. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you been? I heard you was on a show called Reasons. What's that?
Hey, fat boy, what's up, man? I saw you're on this show, Reasons, with this guy named Fuel. Yeah, I was thinking about watching it, but like, I need some reasons to watch it. So, like, what are your reasons? You have 0 new messages.
Yo, got some information.
Yep.
They asked me, what should we do?
Let's give it to him.
Let's do it.
From Dallas to LA, from KC, Florida to LA. We watch Reason, and it starts now.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Fuel in the house. Welcome to Reasons, the place you can actually let us know your thoughts on what you think about the show we talking about, the topics we're talking about today. It's your boy Fuel in the house.
Fat boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We are here, man. It's a
Yeah, man.
Thursday, y'all. We're back.
I don't know what-
At it.
I'm a
I
little
miss
off.
y'all.
I'm a
A
little
little off
offbeat,
today,
man. Yeah, I'm a little off,
all right.
man. I'm a little off. I don't know what's going on, but I'm a little off. But still, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Don't forget to share and also comment during the show. All right. We got some pretty good topics going on right now, but also I want to start off by saying congratulations to the LA Dodgers. Woo! That's right. They got another ring this year. You know, I'm not big, baseball fan, but you know, when it comes to championships or whatever, you know, I do kind of get in on it or whatever. But they did a thing, man. It was some nail biters. It was a nail biter of a game, put it that way or whatever. But they pulled it through, man. So congratulations to the LA Dodgers and you know, of course, the fans as well. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. Who we got in here? Who's that? Is that Maisha? Maisha's in the house. What's up, Davey? What's up? What's up? All right. Before we get started, man, I just want to give my condolences to my cousin, you know, and my aunt for the passing of, you know, of his mom. You guys watch us, you know, Lift is one of the co-hosts as well on here. Black Lift is one of the co-hosts, and his mom passed away this past Sunday. And so, you know, and for you guys don't know, I just had a little something, whatever to show. And that's also his sister, Felicia, and there's Jill, and of course Black Lift, you know, her last days of them visiting her before she, you know, got her wings, you know. And so anyway, so prayer goes off to the family for that, of course, you know what I mean. And hopefully see you soon, pretty soon, Lift. All right.
Yeah, man. Same. Blessings, man, and condolences to the family and Blacklit. We definitely here during this grieving process, man. My prayers to everyone in the family. Uh, we hope you get back too soon, but also just take the time that you need as well, brother.
Yeah.
We here for you. Of course, Fuel is there for you. So I just want to offer my condolences to the family, and I'm here, man. Give me a call if you need me, and I will be reaching out sometime this week or so, or this
Right.
weekend.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All righty, man. Um, Yeah, actually, that was a pretty nice photo of them. I
Yeah,
like that photo, man.
yeah. Family, man.
Yeah,
Family.
I
And
had some other ones when we were younger and stuff and all together, but for some reason my archives I couldn't get it. I tell you, I'm having a little off day, man. A little
your
off day.
technical difficulties is
Technical
real today, huh?
difficulties, dog. Yeah, it's real
Yeah.
today, dog. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part, it was all at the last minute. You know what I mean? Because you had came in early enough for me to get tested. Luckily, you did
I
because
know.
Anywho, all right, we're gonna jump right on into it, man. We're gonna jump in right into it. The power of
You want to do
mindfulness.
history and blackness first? You want to get off the way?
If you want, all right, well, sure. You know what I'm saying? If
You might as
want
well,
to,
so we can get
you
out of
ready?
get off the way. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get. Oh, wait a minute. No, don't do it yet. I don't have the.
Because we got something else.
I don't have the photo up yet.
Oh, this man crazy.
Well, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Just go ahead and do it, man. We just go ahead and do it. This is history of blackness. With, what'd you say?
Your boy Fuel is off today.
I'm off, man. I don't know why. I'm just straight off today, man. But this is history of blackness with your boy Fat Boy. Let's get it, man.
Okay, y'all, man. Thank y'all, man. Welcome to another segment of History and Blackness. This is a special one for me. I actually picked this one out the crates because I'm on a farm. And so I'm falling in love with agriculture and plants and things like that. So this one is John William Mitchell. He was born May 6, 1885. He passed away January 7, 1955. He was a pioneering African-American agriculture educator and extension leader whose work transformed farming and youth development across the American South. Raised in Morehead City, North Carolina, Mitchell earned a bachelor's of science in agriculture from North Carolina A&T State University in 1908 and later studied sociology at what is now the University of Indianapolis. He began his career as an assistant principal before becoming an agricultural extension agent in Bladen, Columbus, and Passaquoddy counties in 1917. By horse and bicycle to reach Black farmers in need of resources and education. In 1922, Mitchell became the district leader of agriculture extension programs for 15 counties from the office at North Carolina A&T, where he developed one of the largest Black 4-H clubs in the nation. His influence grew nationally when he joined the U.S. Department of Agriculture in 1943 as field agent overseeing extension work across 17 states, later becoming the first African-American national extension leader. In 1953, the highest position held by a Black man in the program at the time. He was the first African-American national extension leader in 1953, which is the highest position ever held by a Black man in the program at that time. Mitchell's advocacy for education, racial equity, and agricultural innovation uplifted countless rural families, leaving a legacy that still grows today through the J.W. Mitchell 4-H camp in North Carolina A&T's Mitchell Drive. This is History in Blackness, where we honor those whose seeds of courage grew into fields of freedom, knowledge, and endless possibility.
All right. Got to do our own real claps for real. What's up, Marlon? Marlon's in the house, man. Appreciate you tapping in, man.
And I think that this one was important, y'all. Sorry, I was going all over. That one threw me off. I probably not pronounced one of them names right. However, I think that this is very important, man.
Mm-hmm.
We get so worried about riches and money, and they were saying that by almost like by 2030, there won't be any more Black-owned farms, right? And I think that we get so caught up in avoiding agriculture, avoiding blacksmith, avoiding carpentry, or even, you know, electrician and plumbing. We avoid these professions that we have to use our hands, and we leaving money on the floor, y'all. And I think that everyone, right, if you have a home or a spot, everyone should get into having a home garden, man. At least knowing how to grow your greens, your tomatoes, your peppers, your herbs, and at least have some chickens and stuff for you to have, you know, your eggs and some eggs, and be able to feed yourself, because you never know when the government is going to shut down things just like it is now. And I think that is very powerful that we get back into agriculture. And I think that Mr. Mitchell had a great idea, right? Is creating these extension programs, something like George Washington Carver did, and just going around these rural neighborhoods and showing people the importance of not only farming and understanding agriculture, but also how it can impact communities and generations to come. So I actually think that it's very important that we all get more acclimated in agriculture.
I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or what that's been put in these certain foods, you know, and the certain type of product that you're getting, especially in the Black neighborhoods, you know, that's actually causing more high blood pressure or illness or whatever to a lot of these people that's normally wealthy. You know what I mean? So it is a good idea, and I agree as well, Fatboy, to you know, start growing your own products. You know what I mean? If you can, if you have a position, if you have a place where you can do that, you know, growing your fresh fruits and stuff like that or whatever, because with the stuff that they're putting, even just to keep the food to last, the pesticides and all that stuff that they put in these foods, maybe you can't trust, you know. So it seems like everything, whatever it is, gets you sick. So most definitely, yeah. If you guys can, definitely grow your own foods. All right, that's what's up. What's up, BP Banks? What's up in the house? Appreciate you tapping in, man. That's what's up. All right, man. Let's get into this next one.
Let's get to that real stuff.
The power of mindfulness. Techniques for everyday life, man. So what we're gonna do is go down some techniques, you know, as what can be done, you know what I'm saying, like warning signs and stuff like that. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. This one. That can be, you know, used for, you know, less stress, cause less stress and everything like that. So I'm going to start off with the meaning of what mindfulness really means. Define mindfulness as being fully present and aware of thoughts, emotions, and surroundings without judgment. It reduces stress, improves focus, better emotion regulations, right? Mindful isn't about emptying your mind. It's about observing it. And it isn't a trend. It's a superpower for your mental clarity, which I need right now. I do, man.
No, man, we all do, man. It's a great thing to do. And then it's just here are some simple daily mindfulness exercises. What you could do is for 2 minutes, focus breathing, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. So you want to inhale for 4 seconds, you want to hold for 4 seconds, you want to exhale for 4 seconds, you want to hold for 4 seconds. This gives you your time this gives your body the time to process the emotions and be mindful and be centered, right? This allows you to center yourself. And it says, this is a one that's new to me, mindful walking, right? Notice each step, sound, and sensation, right? And it's kind of planting, almost like planting your feet on the ground. The next one is one of the very one important, but it's also like a thing that you can do is you can go outside and you can take your shoes off and go into the grass and just kind of plant your feet firmly to the grass and kind of be rooted in that and kind of be and use that as a form of meditation to be mindful. It allows you to be rooted. Not only it allows you to center yourself by using your breathing and the vibrations of the earth. And then finally, this is something that that my therapist taught me to do. I think this is very important, and this is body scanning. Check in with each part of your body, releasing tension, right? And so, if you notice, like when you start to do this and when you start to practice mindfulness, you will notice that certain things bother you. It causes tension in your shoulders. You'll realize that other things bother you. It can cause tension in your chest. Right, then you'll realize some things bother you and it causes things in your stomach. Each of those tell secrets as you body scan, they give you an idea and information on what's really triggering you. Right, some things can be overwhelming. Right, you may feel it in the chest. Some things could make you stressful, so you tense up, and some things could just be gut wrenching, so they're tight and right, and which could be your feelings are hurt, or you're really sad, or you're grieving in a grieving process, and so you feel things in a different place. And I think as you begin to start to notice where these things are showing up and where these emotions are showing up or where these feelings are showing up, you'll be able to practice not only mindfulness, but to be able to center yourself. And like it says here, even 2 minutes of presence can reset your entire day. And this is something that I need to practice more myself, right? Yeah. And when you are overwhelmed, take you 2 minutes and really breathe and exhale and let things go. Because what I've learned, and this just happened to me yesterday, things have an ability to carry over if you don't cut it off. When it happens, you don't practice the mindfulness, process the emotions, and then release it and then go on with your day.
Right. I think this is a real good topic, man, because actually I have a certain thing where when it hits me right here, you know what I'm saying? It kind of gets me right here when certain things happen or whatever, and it's going to stress me or whatever the case would be. It'll hit me right here. And sometimes it's like you don't really pay attention to it, but it's actually there, you know? And so to have a good technique of breathing exercise or whatever to kind of release that stress, you know what I mean, is a very good and mindful thing to do or whatever. So you got to just kind of keep in mind of what to do when those things come forth. How mindfulness improve mental clarity, reduces mental clutter by observing thoughts without reacting. Reduces mental clutter by observing the thoughts without reacting. That's a good practice. That's a good practice to have. Enhanced decision making by creating pause before action. Yeah, enhanced decisions. And that kind of goes within the first one as well. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like observing what's going on around you, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then just taking that pause or whatever to, get clarity of what's going on around you or whatever. And sometimes your reaction is like, it's going to be better. You're going to be less stressed of it or whatever, because you probably, had time to think about what's happening, and then think about how are you going to move forward from whatever's happening around you. You know what I mean? And then the third one is improve focus at work, school, or in a relationship. Hey, especially at work. Especially at work. Because sometimes my employees at work, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they would get on my nerves, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have managers that just constantly at you and talking to you and pushing you, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you want to clap back real quick. You know what I mean? But then I had to start getting into practicing of either just getting away, think about it, you know, and then sometimes it's not as you realize it's not as serious as you probably thought it was at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you
Mhm.
basically either done blew it off and then rest on and moved on or whatever. That's getting over. That's how using the power of mindfulness. That's when you use your power of mindfulness or whatever. When you take that step back, right? And in the sense of the impact line, your brain is like a snow glob. Mindfulness lets the sediment settle. So that's basically what it does. Is and like we just said, like when you go back and go into the other room or you know just kind of think about it a little bit or whatever, it settles or whatever to where you come back with a better response. You come back with without the anger or without the judgment of something that you probably wasn't worth even being judgmental about. You know what I mean? That type of thing or whatever. So that's what I get from it as well. Go ahead, Fat Boy, next.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, for sure. I was just gonna say to piggyback off that, just letting things settle sometimes. And this is something that I really struggle with, right? Because you wanna get your point across, but sometimes no answer or what's understood don't need to be explained, right? I think sometimes if you take the time to process what's going on, you'll realize that the comment that you were going to say is not needed for this moment, and you will learn. And so this kind of runs us right back into what we were talking about next and this is using mindfulness for conflict resolution. And all of these things helps with conflict resolution, right? So the first thing is recognize your triggers without judgment, right? Take this time in the conflict, right, to realize those triggers, where is it hurting you, and then don't judge yourself for it. Practice grace during the time, because that'll allow you to react different during conflict. Pause and breathe before responding. I think that this one is the most important. I think pausing and breathing is so important because it allows you once again to hear, listen to understand and not listen to respond. But it then also gives you the moment to gather your emotions, right, and to regulate your emotions in real time. It allows you a time to breathe and say not necessarily the right thing, but not the wrong thing, right? In the sense of making, in the sense of escalating the situation. You'll have the ability to de-escalate the situation, right? And then finally, it gives you the ability to respond consciously, not reactively. Right, so you be able to use your brain in these situations, and for men, this is very important, right? There's a lot of men that have thrown their lives away, right, because or lost a woman, right, because they reacted. Excuse me, I lost it. They reacted reactively, right? Real quickly, instead of taking a conscious decision and saying, hey, maybe this isn't the time. Maybe I'm not reading the information that she's putting out, or maybe I don't need to shoot this man because he stepped on my shoes, right? Let me regulate my energy and be able to get home and be safer. And this is, it says, excuse me, and most important is mindfulness turns fights into conversations and chaos into clarity. And it goes back to what I was saying, and I'm going to say it again. Mindfulness turns fights into conversations and chaos into clarity. Because before you react quickly, you're able to process and seek for clarity instead of anger and fighting. So I think that's very important to do.
You're going to go through some mental ideals?
Yeah, we could do some mental ideas. Well, you got some?
Well, I mean, just from what we had, as far as like for like feeling stressed or whatever, like you said, the pause, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4, that type of thing. I don't know if you want to go that again with them, you know, and just basically reset. You know what I'm saying? If you just did that, just kind of do that, and see how it works. Just try it. You know what I mean? That's the main thing about what we're talking about right now. Just try it, and if you see a difference, then that's the key for you to not get yourself so stressful and upset with someone without even thinking about the consequences or the or being judgmental towards whatever the conversation is bringing you. So just my thing is just to try the breathing exercise.
Yeah, I think breathing exercise, body scanning, y'all. Body scanning is probably one of the most important because it allows you to understand where those emotions and triggers affect you physically, right? In real time. It allows you to say, oh, that's on my chest, right? And so now when you feel it in your chest, you say, oh, that's pressure or that's overwhelming or whatever that is when you feel that, right? For each person it's different. Like I say, for me, when I'm tense or when I'm over anxiety, I get chest almost, my blood pressure goes up, and I damn near almost have a heart attack almost because there's so much pressure on my chest. And so I have to be able to be mindful that do a body scanning, like, okay, I'm being anxious and I need to calm down. Then I'm able to focus on my breathing. Then I'm able to breathe in for the 4, hold 4, exhale 4, right? I'm able to do those things because I know exactly what's bothering me. And I think the more you get into body scanning, you'll be able to process and breathe, but then you'll be able also to use mindfulness in conflict resolution because you will know exactly how it affects you and what triggers and what emotion is triggered during that time. And so you will know, okay, well, I'm feeling afraid. So don't respond afraid. This is the time to be courageous and ask more questions for clarity.
And if you guys are watching, y'all can also give us some of the situations that might take place where someone would need to sit back and relax and breathe and think about it before they actually take action or whatever, so you guys, of course, can add on to this as well. Shout out to, was that Rob, JAKC? What's up? Thank you for joining, man. That's what's up. And that 24 karat gold. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. But comment, let us know, what I'm saying, as far as what you think, as far as when it comes to these type of things or whatever, when it comes to being mindfulness, and these techniques that we just gave you guys. And I gotta quit that. Dude, where the coming from? I'm just off today, dude. This is what I don't know what the deal is today. I'm just off like a bug. But anyway, I did it again. But we would like to hear you guys comment. We would like to see, and see if this is something that helps you. You know what I'm saying? Let us know if this is something that's helped you. Let us know if it's something that you've actually tried and, and can invalidate what we just said. You know what I mean? Holler at us, talk to us. You got anything else on there, Fat Boy?
No, that's it, man. That's it. I would just say that practice mindfulness, people. Practice it's another form of emotional intelligence. It allows you to get closer to yourself, and then also gives you an advantage in altercations and conflict, right? It allows you to know who you are, and I think that's the best way to be able to not defend yourself, but to articulate yourself during the conflict without it escalating into something more. And I think that is very important to be mindful of who you are and how you handle certain situations. So to give you an advantage, and it'll give you it'll allow you to avoid certain situations because you will know, okay, due to this, I'm not even gonna go there because I know who I am. And so understanding. So I think that is very important.
That's what's up. Hey, all right. So we're gonna get into it. We got a dear brothers and sisters, man. Very interesting questions. Very, I think we may have talked about it before, but we're gonna talk about it again because that's what they just asked, and we'll go to dear brothers and sisters right after this little message we got. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to TNRcreations.com. I am the proud owner of this phenomenal gift shop. Y'all gotta check us out. We have bags, we have water bottles, we have photo slates, we have name-meaning plaques, and so much more. I would love to have you as a customer. Check us out, TNRcreations.com. Thank you for your support.
And there you have it, TNR Creations, baby. Go on there and check it out. If you guys can, go in there. You get a 20% discount. It's the holidays right now, so if you guys can, or need something as far as cups or personalized product, or whatever, to give to your company for your Christmas presents and all that good stuff, check out TNR Creations, Ralph. All right, TNRcreation.com. Appreciate it. All right, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Dear brother, dear sister, dear brother, dear sister. All right. Dear brother, dear sisters. I don't know what's going on with my little pictures here. But anyway, here we go. What are the early signs of being with someone to realize that person isn't for you? What are the What are the early signs? Do you know any right off of hand, Fat Boy? Early sign?
I know a ton of them.
Oh shit! All right, but let's go. Let's give me one. Give me some.
Actually, me and a coworker was talking about this. Mm-hmm. The number one, I think, is dating for someone for what they have, right, or what they can do for you. I think that's the number one sign, especially for men. I think that it has been. There has been a misconception of a man having his things together and how it looks in the dating world. And I think a lot of men begin to lead with their wallet and end up getting the short end of the stick. That's one. I think most importantly, though, is a person that listens to respond and not listen to understand, and don't create a safe space. Or seeks conflict as well, right? I think that a person that you can't be your true, authentic self with is an issue, right? Because then you starting to build a foundation on a shaky ground because you're not being your authentic self, and then you have to kind of put on a show. So just to kind of put it on, I think when you're not allowed to be your authentic self, when monetary gains is more important than the actual relationship, and when the person lacks the ability to listen to understand instead of listening to respond. Those would be three off the top of the head. That's something that, one, either you will have to be willing to work on, or two, that'll be something that I would see as a situation or a red flag. Because it's this thing, like, me and my coworker, we were talking about. We always, one of my first dates I take women on is the museum. And my coworker gives me a hard time about, don't nobody like the museum, and and this is what I try to get her to understand. It's not about liking the museum, it's about liking me. Because if you like me, you will want to be wherever I'm at, right? And I think that men play themselves out because you're immediately taking them out, or you're immediately showing this level of effort, and you don't even know if she really likes you, men or women. Let me say this, men or women, right? You're showing all this effort, and you don't know if they only like you, let's say women, because you got a BBL or you got a nice body, right? You don't know if they like you for your brain, right? And so it's essentially the same thing. So getting to know a person and being able to walk with them and see how they articulate themselves, how do they carry themselves, even if they understand art. I think to me, understanding art is bigger than knowing how bad you are to me, right? Because I can't really take you nowhere if you can't understand art. Because I like the opera, I've been to Broadway before, right? And so I like different things. And
but you can get that. You can get that through like the conversation too. Out of the conversation that you're having about the person, especially when someone wants to the conversation to end, they're just saying, huh, what, the one wordy type of thing, whatever, okay, what I'm saying, and they're not really conversating with you, what I'm saying. So that's a good earlier sign of knowing that person is really, really, not wanting to be with you. You know what I'm saying? And they can probably just be with you for one purpose or whatever, reason or whatever that way too, as well. I think another one is also, eye contact. What I'm saying? I can't stand to talk to somebody and they not looking at me. You know what I'm saying? They're looking away, they're talking or whatever. This is why I don't know if you grew up ever, your mom ever told you this, whatever, but my mom always told me if they can't look you straight in the eye, they lying. You know what I'm saying? If you're having a conversation with someone and 80% of the time they're looking off somewhere else while they're talking, they're lying. You know what I'm saying? So that's another one or whatever. And then also you can tell by body language. Sometimes people have certain body languages when they, keeping their arms folded or they're not really trying to be close and talk to you and be up and you know what I mean? So that's a sign. These are real signs, man, that you guys have to look at when, especially on first dates. You know what I'm saying? Especially when y'all first, well, not even first date, not first meetup, but the first date. Well, actually the first meetup too, huh? Like if you meet someone for the first time or whatever, and the conversation isn't going as well or good or whatever the case would be, these are some of the signs, guys, that you can actually look for that. You know what I'm saying? Body language. Let me see. We got a chat. We got what Heather say.
Heather says, if there are actions or behaviors that make you take a step back or give a look, then go with your gut. I agree. That's a good one. That's a good one. Heather.
Exactly. That is a good one.
Always, this is a woman taught me this. Always follow your, especially men, because we don't think we have it, but always follow your intuition. Always follow your gut. If you feel something is shaky, it's probably shaky.
If you feel something shaky, it probably is.
And the reason why I point out men on this one, because women, it's already known women have what you call women intuition. You don't ever hear about men intuition. So that's why I specify and
another one is and say for instance if that person is you talking to them but they're constantly checking the time. They checking like what time is it, you know what I'm saying, and man, that's a sign that person ain't really into
no, not necessarily, because I be busy, I gotta go. So I'm looking at my watch because I gotta get home. So not necessarily but yes and no though. I can see how that would be, but if you know me, I'm always on my time because I'm always got something. I'm looking at my clock now.
I'm not saying. I mean, of course you can check your time. I'm saying repeatedly. If you repeatedly check,
I get what you're saying. The lack of being present.
Yeah, because it's kind of like you're doing this or whatever, and then you're talking to something, whatever, and then you're looking at it, whatever. Another minute, and then say for instance you at dinner or whatever, you constantly looking at your time, you looking at the phone on your clock or whatever the case may be. That person ain't really trying to be in with you. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? Say for instance, if you guys are out as a couple, you know what I mean, and y'all meet around friends or whatever the case would be, and y'all talking, but you're not included in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, especially if I go somewhere and I'm with a chick or whatever, and we're new, of course, and I'm new around their friends or something like that or whatever, you think they would take their time to add you in the conversation so you don't feel so uncomfortable or whatever, or they just kind of like don't want to put you in the conversation because they don't really plan on being around with you, with those friends or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So those are signs, baby. These are signs. Y'all better be paying attention to this. This is real good stuff.
That's for real.
Let me see. What else happened? What we got any more? What's another one? I think I did talk about them keeping their arms crossed or whatever. Uh, the ooh ooh ooh. They're Have you ever had anybody like force like a forced smile, like they're not really wanting to smile, but they smile? Huh, fat boy?
Say it again.
Have you ever had anyone that just just kind of like look like they're forcing themselves to smile
Yeah.
in the
Fake
conversation?
people.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
But
Well, that
I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't. My last few interactions with women has been different. I only. That's a whole nother story. But I only deal with women who deal with me. Period.
hmm
That's
hmm
it. In the sense of
hmm
I ain't chasing women who don't see the value in me already. So
right.
I haven't had red flags in that sense. I've had women show red flags and insecurities.
Hmm
Yeah, so that's another one, y'all. Asking and just meeting someone and immediately asking about people's past.
What about
That's
like what about like giving reasons to leave?
that too. I think all of those
Yeah.
are forms of insecurity,
Mm. Yeah.
or
So
finding or looking for something to leave. I think those are forms of insecurities, and you should watch
oh
out
yeah. Oh
because
yeah,
if a
yeah, yeah.
person is so worried about what else you're doing, it means that they don't truly know how to keep you, or you might
Mhm.
be a little bit out of their league or something.
Yeah. Another one, you guys, is also you can tell if somebody's not really into you, and because of we have these, of course, on us all day, every day, it's when they're on their phone. You know, when they keep using their phone or whatever, if they're looking to see, I can't say it can happen. I mean, it's not 100% because say for instance you're dating somebody whatever and they got kids at home, you know what I mean, you would probably expect them to look at your phone often or whatever to make sure everything is okay or whatever, but when you conversating with someone and they're constantly looking down at their phone, you know what I mean, that's just a sign of like they're not really into you, you know so that's one of another behavior I would take as far as you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
what else they do? Say, for instance, you're talking to them and they cut the conversation short.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, damn, you all into it or whatever, you talking or whatever, and then they just kind of cut you short. You know what I'm saying? So and some people do make it clear that they're done talking or whatever, and wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? They want you to wrap it up like, all right, cool, all right, and they cut you short or whatever. So that's another sign as well. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's really into you, you know what I mean? So I mean, these are things, man, that you guys, especially for us that are single and meet new people and all that type of stuff, look for those things, look for those signs or whatever to see if they're really into you. And, you know, especially if they seem distracted by everything else around you, you know. Um, I've done this before. I ain't gonna lie. I've done this before. And of course, this is one thing that we'll get on, but I probably wasn't that much into her to the point where everything around me, was a distraction. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
it could be the waitress walking by, everything turn. I'm looking because it's not really the conversation. I'm not really into this person that I'm talking to, you know. Instead of me being straight up and being like, hey, this ain't working or whatever, you know what I'm saying? These are some of the signs sometimes you just end up doing, and not really realizing it. But if you see it done to you, now that I gave you the gems on it,
Mm-hmm.
understand that
Mm-hmm.
person is not into you, right?
Nah, messing with you. But
Right,
I try
exactly.
to listen, man. You know, I call myself a game god. No, I was playing.
Gang
I
God.
call myself a game god in the sense of that I try to tell men, especially men, I'm speaking only to men on this one, that we got to start to pay more attention
Mhm.
when we out here dating, man, because we are giving be false illusion that we don't have feelings, that we just these tricks. Let's just keep it real. And that's that we more than that. And I think that if a woman don't see your value, I don't care what you got. I don't care if you're sleeping on your mama couch. This is some game for you. If a woman don't see your value when you don't have nothing, she can't hang around you when you got something, bro.
Woo-wee.
That's real, brothers.
That's the
real.
real.
We gotta stop auctioning ourselves off for women who not even worth it. And I'm about to put some real game on this because now y'all got me in my bag. As I begin to, and because I tell all my partners this, I just told my friend this, my coworker this, I'm not worried about the women that quotes unquote are lost, right? I worried about the women who choose, right? Because the women who choose and see who I am already. The women that lost me, right? Because I'm growing. And Kevin Samuels said, and I hate to use Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuel made a great point about understanding, you know, we make it over 50 a year. We're already gold men, right? We making a 50 a year. You already in a different tax bracket, right? And then let's not start taking more money. Let's not start talking about education and life plans. So my life goals is bigger than whatever you could ever think of. No matter how bad and gorgeous you are, what I plan on doing and where I plan on going is beyond where you think. So if you see me here in front of you messed up and you think that you could that bothers me, you lost. Because each woman, and this is real game, right? Each woman that sees me today, that was with me in the past, regrets that they let me go. Right? Because as I get better, I grow. As I work on myself, I get better. Right? As I work on myself, I grow. So I'm focused on my investment portfolio. I'm focused on my businesses. I'm focused on my degree. So as I grow, the women get better. I tell my buddies this all the time. Before I was chasing girls who was on the train, the last girl I just turned down, one was a doctor. Right, and the other is a nurse. You feel me? Women who doing their thing. Right, one is a doctor and assistant PhD, and amazing women. But however, I'm not compromising my value. Right, I know who I am. But however, I respect who you are, and if you want what you want, you entitled to go get that. However, I know the value that I am, and I always tell us, if you can't go to the museum with me, you can't hang out with me. You can't go eat Fleming's. You can't go and do the little small stuff. You can't do no big dog stuff with me. I'm not gonna even give you effort because you couldn't give me enough respect to just come out on a date for me. Right? You may not like the museum, you may not care for it, but you didn't care enough for me to just come meet me in a spot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I feel you with that. I think we probably all in the same, same boat when it comes to finding someone as you're growing, as opposed to finding someone after you've grown, you know. And so if you're growing, yes, you know what I'm saying, you're pretty much not as focused on the relationship because you're growing, you know. But real women, I feel, can see that. Real women, I feel, can actually understand that, you know, and be like, okay, he might be here now, you know, and those are the ones. That's the special one. You know what I'm saying? He might be there now, but we're gonna get here, you know what I'm saying, by when all said and done. You know what I mean? But you don't get that often through you know, just dating people or starting a relationship or whatever, unless that person is a part of what you're doing. You know, in some way, in some means that's a woman. I think a woman can dissect a guy as to what he really needs or what he wants, or whatever, to help him grow and get bigger. You know what I mean? And not to say that we actually have to look for that, but I'm saying is when you don't have that and you ended up on top afterwards, as you can see, any guy that you know, if he's made it on his own or whatever the case would be, those most of the guys that actually end up using you for whatever and throwing you away because you wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And unless you can bring something there to the table of a person that's already wealthy, what does he need you for? You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of women that go running after these men with that, you know, that's wealthy or rich or whatever the case would be, and you know, try to, you know, most of them now they're just this own game because they basically want to marry you in order to have something when they divorce you. Because they know they don't, it's not a long jeopardy thing. It's not going to be a long relationship. They're going to basically end up divorcing you or whatever to get half of whatever that it is that you have and move on with her life. You know, so I mean, these are things, man. You guys, these are gems y'all need to start looking out for when y'all doing these, you know, especially first meeting someone or whatever. A lot of the guys that I see, especially even rappers, you know what I mean? You have Snoop Dogg, you have Ice Cube, you have Ice-T, you know what I'm saying? That basically being with their woman from day one, before they even got an album deal or record deal and all that type of stuff or whatever, but they stuck behind them, even though, you know, yeah, they were probably doing thug stuff or whatever the case would be. But that woman already seen something and knew something and like, hey, you know what I mean? Or whatever, and no other girl can come between that. Even if they ended up, I don't care however agreement they had within their relationship, whatever, to go off and do their own little thing or whatever. If they do that, but you can guarantee that woman ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, you can guarantee his woman ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry, his woman ain't going. I don't know about Steph Curry, but are they getting separated, divorced? I don't know.
she a flagrant though.
Yeah, I heard something about that, but
she don't go in this category.
Yeah, right.
She's
Yeah, she don't fit in there. Yeah. She don't fit in there. Marlon said facts. Choose meaning. Was that Lil Jon?
Yep.
He says choose meaning. You see the value from jumping. What
he said choose mean you see the value from jump. You saying. Yes.
You
and so,
saying how
yeah.
I was trying to say it the way he spelled it. I couldn't say it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I think that's really where I've been trying to tell Mar. I try to tell yourself as well, right? That's where men mess up at. I say men, ladies, because women get choosed on all the time. Right. And so you guys know choosing signs. You understand. Men don't understand that when a man chooses a woman, he see her value from the beginning, whether it's her body, how she look, he's seeing her, he choosing. Boom. She could be future wifey, she could be all that, right? But as a man, when she choosing and she see who you are, you ain't took her out on no date. And you ain't spending no money. She just choosing you for who you are, whether it's because you're attractive dude, whether it's because you got a nice mouthpiece, whatsoever. You get what I'm saying? However, if you choosing her, it's easy for that to be manipulated, just for the simple fact that you chasing. So that's just some game for your lames.
Yeah. Heather said Jordan's second wife not going nowhere, but the first one got it right and left him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is facts. That's true. That is true. Lushan said, think about it. They don't compromise when they shop at Lulu. Man, you read John's thing, man, because I don't know what the street language is.
They don't compromise when they shop at Lululemon. They pay for the value. Do me the same way, babes. No, for real, babes. Babes. I see you, Pete.
This is why I got confused. What's Lululemon? What is Lululemon?
It's a clothing. It's like a brand.
Oh, really? It's an expensive, very expensive brand.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's why I couldn't read it, John. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But you know your cousin though.
And then there's a thing though too. Anybody, and this for men and women. People do what they want for who they want to do it for. Period. And that's just the reality of this thing.
I wish I had
So
my
if you
horns. I
jumping
wish
through,
I had
if
my
you
horns.
jumping through hoops and you doing all that, that girl don't like you. That guy don't like you. They don't like you, right? They like the idea of you. They like what you may potentially bring to the table, but they don't like you. And hoops is different from standards. So I know it's some women out here saying, "Oh well, I got standards." No, that's okay, right? Because I got standards as well. Yeah. But I'm not gonna send you a hoop through hoops to meet them. I'm gonna set my standard, and if you don't meet them, I'm just gonna let you know that that's not where we're at, right? I'm not gonna send you through a loop to make you choose or make you figure out how you can fit here. No, I'm just gonna let you know where we are, and if you okay with continuing where we are, I'm okay with that as well. But listen, we do what we want for who we want to do it for, and that's just a big period.
Marla said, "On my soul."
On my soul.
Heather said, "You want her to spend that cheddar on Lululemon because she looks good in the fit."
Yeah, nah. Yeah, listen.
I don't even know what Lululemon is. I've never been there or heard of. Actually, that shows you how long it's been since I shopped or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. What you gonna say, Fat Boy?
I was gonna say something ignorant, so I'll shut up. But no, yes, you do want your lady to look good, but I think the point is, Heather, is what he really trying to say is if you can see the value in a brand before you actually wear the clothes, then you should be able to see the value in me before we actually go on a date.
Heather says she don't. She says she don't go there. She spend money on jewelry.
Okay.
I know. So
right. Before you see your diamond necklace and you get your diamond ring, you know the value of a diamond, right? You know the value of a diamond, and when you go in to pay for a diamond and you see that it's $1,000, you're not going to shortchange the diamond because it's $1,000. You know the value of a diamond, right? And I think women understand the value of things. They just don't understand the value of men. But that's another story for another day.
All right, but one thing that you hit on the nose, man, and I have went through this maybe a month or two ago as to when somebody wants to be with you, once you ask them certain things or whatever. When you ask, say for instance, and I ain't gonna lie, so I've always told it and I've always preached it or whatever. I ain't trying to be with you if it ain't part of what I'm doing. In some means, in some kind of ways, in some kind of means where I see that, it's going to help us grow or whatever and get to somewhere. I ain't trying to be with you, but as far as friends, we could be cool. We can be friends. We can be cool and do whatever as friends, but don't try to force into a relationship or call it a relationship or whatever when we're not really doing relationship shit. We're not doing relationship stuff. You know what I mean? Going out or whatever and spending money, that's dating shit. You know what I'm saying? I can do that just be a date. I can do that for you just being a friend. But where are we going from there? You know what I mean? And that's been my thing. And that's probably why I'm single. Cause they ain't trying to mess with me, dog. It's like, hey, you either on the thing going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or no. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Heather
said, what'd she say?
She says, I understand the value of a man. It is where men/women shop from them. I agree. I'm not gonna I don't have a rebuttal for that. I agree. I think I would just tell the buzz you're shopping in the wrong aisle, brother. You need to be looking in a different aisle.
John said, nah, but listen, Heather, she looked good with me too.
Okay, I see what you did there. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That's what's
up.
And
I last longer than Lululemon.
Right?
Yeah.
That was funny. Yeah, dog. All right, man.
Good show.
I hope we answer your dear brothers, dear sister questions, Miss Anonymous.
Miss Anonymous, I like that.
Came out, yeah, Miss Anonymous. But yeah, those are signs, though. You know what I'm saying? Those are some of the signs or whatever to feel like that person is not really with you or there for you. You know what I mean? So hopefully that was something that helped. And once again, if you guys get any more dear brothers and sisters, hit us up. Firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. Let us know. and we can let y'all know what we think. You know what I mean? It's just our opinions. Our opinions, go by it or don't. You know, it ain't born written or whatever. All right, man. But we're about to get out of here, you guys. I know it was kind of short. Actually, it's still kind of shit. We still almost it's still an hour. Good Lord, we good. God damn it, we good. All right, man. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Once again, you know, I want to give our condolences to my cousin and his mom, which is my aunt, Jackie. I'm looking forward, you know, to you hit me up, man, with the information. So, you know, what the arrangements are and all that good stuff. Next week, we got next week. Anything?
Next week, no, I got a good history of Blackers next week. I'm gonna pull something out the crate for us. Other than that, all is well, man. I love each and every one of y'all, man. Once like Fuel said, condolences to Black Lith, as well as Fuel, man, for losing Black Lith, for losing his mother, and Fuel for losing his auntie. My prayers continue to go out to the family. And Black Lip, we here for you, and we miss you, brother. For all of our viewers, you know, Heather, you know, Vlad, you know, Marlon, Taylor for popping out on us today, and VP and cousin Maisha, man, we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate the support every week, week in, week out. I know Big O probably watching somewhere. If not, he'll catch up a little later. But I thank y'all, man, and I'll see y'all next week, man. I love each and every one of y'all. All
right. Once again, man, it's your boy Fuel and Fat Boy in the house. And remember,
if they talking about you behind your back,
they behind you for a reason. Peace.
Florida.